shadow of towering peaks where clouds brush the earth. Time slows with the wind and the mountains whisper ancient secrets. My name is Adam, and in this chapter I continue my journey deeper into the frozen land, the home of mountains, which is called Kazakhstan. In the previous episode, I took a calming solo trip through the new capital of the country, but then I found myself on a plane to its old capital. Kazakhstan stretched endlessly beneath me, and after exploring the flatlands, it was time to see another side of this vast state.
Welcome to Almaty.
As I arrived, I could already sense a completely different vibe. It was only -5 degrees compared to -30 in the north. The milder air felt like a breath of relief, and the sudden change definitely puts you to sleep in minutes. But there wasn't much time to sleep. The biggest city in Kazakhstan was waiting to be discovered. I stepped out in the melting snow and took my first ride on the Almaty metro, one of the deepest and cleanest metro systems in the world. After more than 2 decades of construction, it finally opened in 2011. Adding a modern touch to the city. Stunning and glowing landscapes surround Almaty, giving contrast to the monuments from the Soviet past on the ground, which create quite an odd and unique scenery.
Welcome to the largest city of Kazakhstan, Almaty. The city served as the country's capital from 1929 until 1997, and its current population is about 2 million people. The area has been inhabited since at least 1000 BC. In 700 BC, it was already occupied by the Saka culture, who were nomadic people of Indo-Iranian origins. Later, it was an important city on the Silk Road, and it was not only important in ancient times but also in modern times because it was a major city in the Soviet Union. Unfortunately, due to the significant seismic activity of the region, many of the city's buildings have been destroyed. That's why most of the architecture that you can see today in Almaty is actually in the Soviet brutalist style, because they were built after a major earthquake in 1911. But despite this, I think that Almaty is so much more than just a Soviet city. It has a nice twist that I cannot really explain, but I like it really much. Well, enough of these facts. Let's go and explore more.
The next stop was the Green Bazaar, the beating heart of Almaty's traditions. Here under the high ceilings, centuries of trade are still alive, and the pride of Kazakh cuisine, a wide variety of horse products, fills the stalls.
So now we are at the Green Bazaar of Almaty, also called as Bazaar. This place has existed since the 19th century, however it was later destroyed, but they rebuilt it in 1927, and since then it has been one of the most emblematic places of the city. There are so many sections. The biggest one is the meat section. Just a lot of fresh meat. I saw some goat heads as well. There are also flowers, sweets, and fresh Kazakh dairy products. It's just so much better than going to the supermarket, in my opinion. I got some fresh horse milk from a lady. Okay, this is super good. I've been walking and walking, so it's time for some sweet treat. So this is what I bought from this lady at the green market. It looks very good, and she said that it's traditional Kazakh dessert. Not sure how it is called though, but I'm going to look it up, I promise. Okay, let's see. This is from cheese. Very good. A new evening means a new Kazakh thing to try. So today's choice is called irimshik. This can be classified as cheese, but I read that it's slightly sweet. They achieve this sweetness and this weird looking texture by putting the milk through a long process of preparation. I mean, I'm quite curious, so let's see. It has a weird spongy and cheesy texture. Actually, it's quite good. Yeah, I recommend this as well.
The city was still sleeping, but beyond the misty streets, the mountains were calling. I took a bus and left to experience the wild beauty surrounding Almaty. I watched the city fade behind me, and I was about to climb up alone above the snow clouds.
Damn, this is scary. Guys, where am I? So, we are taking the cable car to Shymbulak, which is a very famous ski resort in Kazakhstan. Interestingly, it was discovered in the 1940s and shortly after it became the first downhill ski route in the Soviet Union. I almost forgot to mention that this is the biggest ski resort in Central Asia. We are actually in the border region with Kyrgyzstan, and this mountain range that stretches between the two countries is called Ile Alatau. It's crazily beautiful.
I reached the ancient peaks, where the sky and time themselves seem measured in stone. The land bears traces of millennia under moss-filled forests and prehistoric burial mounds from the early Iron Age. It's one of the most beautiful mountains I have ever seen.
Молодец, отлично. Нет, Сабат, мы сразу куда?
What a great decision to come up here, even though I pretty much became a frozen potato, but it's definitely worth it. I'm not a skier, but if you love skiing, I must say that this place might be for you.
The sun began to fall, so I had to descend back to the city. The cable car drifted down through the clouds, and the world slowly returned to color. Almaty was glowing, light spilling over rooftops and trees, turning the views into a sea of amber.
Well, this is the last time I'm trying a Kazakh snack on this journey. Since I like this Kazakh cheese called kurt when I tried it for the first time, I decided to buy another version. So it says it's with red pepper. Looks like this. Okay, let's see. I'd say it's even a little bit spicy. Is this my favorite one? No, I think it's still the smoked one. Kazakh people, be proud of this magnificent thing. The weather is so unpredictable, but dinner must be eaten. Let's see if we can get to a place. So today we are having lagman, which is a Central Asian food. It is not only Kazakh, it can be found in Uyghuristan, which is in China. It can be found in Kyrgyzstan and more. It's basically fried noodles with meat and vegetables. Let's see. This is super good. I'm also having some Uyghur tea. This is with mint. It goes very well with the lagman.
Wow, what a day and what a journey. I can't believe that we reached the end of this trip. It all started in Astana and it ends in Almaty. Now Kazakhstan is not this distant and unknown place anymore, but a place that I grew to adore. This is exactly the kind of solo trip I needed. And Kazakhstan, thank you for helping me out and making this time unforgettable. Tomorrow morning I'm leaving the country, but my memories will not leave me. To be honest, I'm not sure what's next, but that's the most exciting part, that one gets to find out. One thing is sure, I'm going to see you very, very soon, guys. Well, keep exploring and take care. Bye, guys. From the frozen steppes of Astana to the mountains of Almaty, this journey came to its end. Somewhere in the heart of winter, I found warmth, not in the weather, but within myself, through the beautiful Kazakh culture, landscapes, and people.